This year's Thanksgiving event is here in Identity 5, so let's begin. Welcome back to another episode, guys. Let's get into talking about what we're getting this week. And this week, we're getting week 2 of the closing night or Moon River Park. I don't really know what the name of this story event is. It's not very clear. Second part to the story event. This is going to bring along a fantastic story that I did watch last week, and I really enjoyed it. Violetta is now my favorite character in the entirety of Identity 5 now. And although I do know what's probably going to happen in the next episode, I really do hope that things turn out differently than what happens in the lore. I do not want to see what happens to Violetta in the next episode, but I kind of have to, so okay, sad. What we're getting with week 2 is we're getting access to more of the same kind of content that we've had since last week, but we're also getting the final reward for completing the story event, that is Acrobat's final performance B-tier skin. As far as I know, this is what it looks like. It's on the screen right here. This is from IDV Clue on Twitter and also Blue Sky if you want to go and check them out over there, because they do tons of updates. This is what they revealed. There are probably also going to be some other rewards. I'm not completely sure which ones are going to be available for the second part, but you know, we'll see as we get there. Another thing that we're getting this week is we're getting the Thanksgiving event, and that's going to bring a ton of different content, including of course a 40% off discount card that you'll be able to use on different echo priced objects from the store. I'm not completely sure exactly which ones you can and can't use. You'll need to experiment and mess around with those, because I haven't really used any of these discount cards before. There will be a character unlock card, although they said character unlock cards, so I'm not really sure exactly how many they're going to give to us. And they're also making it so all characters are available to play. I'm not really sure if they will include the new hunter into this, Hullabaloo, so they sometimes don't let the most recent character into the available pool of all characters. So yeah, if you want to play with some of the more recent hunters or the more recent survivors and you haven't had enough clues or something like that to purchase them, now is the time to go and experiment with them in quick match. If you complete event missions or event quests, you'll be able to receive different rewards for this Thanksgiving event, including an event portrait called Turkey Feast, a portrait frame called Harvest Season, 3 memory spheres, and 3 rank protection cards, and probably more rewards including fragments and clues and stuff like that, the usual. And in the store, we're getting a ton of returning content, including a ton of S tiers, such as Bloody Queen's Night Tide, Gardener's Monstrous Bird, Coordinator's Amazonite, Mind's Eye's Architect, The Feaster's Necromancer, and Mercenary's Cheshire Cat skin. We're getting a ton of returning once skins, including the Ripper's Good Child, Gravekeeper Epitaph, First Officer's Departure Date, Doctor's Recovery, and Violinist's Demon Symphony. All fantastic looking skins if you want to go and purchase those. I can imagine the 40% discount card will probably work on all of those. We're getting some returning Ivory Tower skins, including Doctor's Model Student skin, Perfumer's Regal Maiden, Mercenary's Black Sheep, and Coordinator's Lady, that should all be available for 60 echoes each. I really doubt that you'll be able to use the 40% discount card on these skins, and I'm not really sure if it's even worth it, because I think they're like $1 each, more or less, if you do the maths. These are really good B-tier skins though, so if you haven't got a good B-tier skin for the characters, definitely really worth it. And in the Spyglass store, as far as I can tell, we'll be getting the A-tier pet mini cipher machine that's returning. Very cute pet, but you know, there are so many other ones you can get in the game. Maybe you don't like this one. Maybe you do. Something else that we're getting this week is we should be getting the limited game mode Final Blowout. It is a variation of the normal game mode, the normal 1v4, where you have 1 hunter and 4 survivors, but there are going to be 6 different phases during the event that will kind of give you special cards. There will be 3 cards, I think, per round that you'll be able to select from. They will give you different buffs and stuff to your character. Maybe faster healing, maybe faster movement speed, maybe even a special ability that you'll be able to use, shields to protect you, stuff like that. So it's going to be a really interesting mode, because it's just a really cool alternate version of the main game mode. That's something that I've really wanted for a long time. I didn't really think we necessarily needed a Mario Kart mode or a dodgeball game mode. I think we just needed better variations of the main game mode itself, since for example Duo Hunters is such a popular game mode, and Tarot is as well, I think, as far as I know. So this is going to be very interesting. I'm looking forward to playing it as it releases. Yet another thing that we're getting this week is we're getting Hullabaloo in the store. You'll be able to purchase him with your clues, or also with your echoes if you want to purchase him that way, and he should be available in both quick match. He should be available in quick match, not rank match, or at least that should be another week away or so. And possibly they'll also add him to other modes. I don't really know which modes they will add him to, or if they even add him at all to any modes yet. They might wait a little bit longer, but you could probably expect to see him in Duo Hunter modes, because I don't think his abilities are too kind of out of the ordinary, such as Clerk or something like that, where it would slow down Cypher Machines so much that it would be a problem, or too many interactions, so they would have to make a whole different ability for him. So this week we're getting 2 character days, including Lucky Guy's character day on the 20th 22nd of this month, where he's getting his 6th character day, meaning he's getting a special portrait yet to be announced. Quite a few birthdays at this point. And on the 25th, that is technically next Monday, so before the next episode, we're getting Breaking Wheels character day, and it's going to be his 3rd one, meaning he's getting a cool animated graffiti. I just wanted to make a quick reminder of some things that are going on right now. If you might have missed them, maybe on Identity Device Twitter, you don't read it or something like that. There's currently a special event going on. There's a top-up center discount event where you get a chance, if you spend some money in the top-up center on their website and purchase some echoes for yourself in the game, you'll be able to get a chance of winning pay points in the store that will possibly bring up to 85% of whatever you spent or something like that. But it is like a random draw as well, so make sure you do read everything before you do that. And there's also a special reward that you can get by going onto the redemption website and inputting this special code that is ID5 Hullabaloo, with capital H for Hullabaloo. If you put this code into the redemption website that you can find on their official page, I don't really want to give the link myself because I want you guys to go and find it out yourself, because it's better if you go and trust netties themselves and don't put the blame on me if you guys go to the wrong website or anything. But yes, if you go over to that website, put the link in, put the code in, you should be able to get a special graffiti that's only available through that method. So it's very cool. Let's talk about some stuff that's coming from the future. We don't have too much to talk about here, but I can imagine a lot of people are excited about Priestess's Red-Headed Witch Truth and Inference skin, and that skin is going to be available again. This skin is going to be available once again through the standard edition package that should be available, at least in China, around November 24th or 28th. I can't remember exactly which date it was. I wrote 24th here, but I've seen other numbers. And in our server, it should also be around the similar time, and then it should be re-released again the following month around December 24th or 28th as well. This is from IDV Clue, so I'm not completely sure how confirmed this one is. And again, it might not be on those exact dates, as this should be what China's getting, and we might get it a day before or a day after, maybe on the same exact day, or maybe not at all. You never know with China related stuff. If you want that skin, the standard edition package is back again. And another quick reminder of what's coming from the future is next week we're getting the charity event. This is the special autism charity event to be able to help people with autism, as far as I remember. And there is going to be a skin that's going to be available for Toy Merchant that I've forgotten what it's called, but it's a very pretty skin, and I don't want to confirm this, but I believe the money that you spent on this skin does go towards the charity, but I'm not sure because NetEase has had some interesting issues with that in the past, of some skins not going towards charities and then some of them that did. So anyway, I'm not completely sure. We'll find out as we get closer to that. I'll talk about that next week. If you haven't already, make sure you check this video that's up here because YouTube thinks that you will like it.